I'll be out of there.
Okay.
Especially if we didn't have any ketchup in the house.
We don't eat ketchup, so where the fuck did this ketchup come from?
Where the fuck does ketchup come from? You used it last night, you fucking selfish prick.
So the noises died down for a while, but eventually another message showed up on the wall, and they again fled. They didn't say what this message was. So they fled. The dad came back, and when the family re-entered the house to seek out the source of the writing, they heard noises upstairs. So the brave family member went upstairs, opened the door, and they saw Danny LaPlante dressed up in the dead mother's clothing with makeup smeared across his face. Once upon, this discovery, Danny picked up a hatchet and chased the family through the house, threatening to kill them, dressed as the dead mother with makeup smeared across his face.
Wait. When did he kill the mom?
No, she was already
dead.
Passed.
Dude, I think at this point, if I knew he was up top, I would have nailed the attic shut and put my car exhaust, put a pipe to the attic, and just smoked him out.
Smoked him out.
Let me out! Let me out!
You know how they found him, though, right? They went up there because they heard some noises, and they opened the door, and it's like, yeah, I'd fuck me.
No,
yeah,
I'm thinking the dad. He climbed up in the attic. They made eye contact. Nobody said anything. He just slowly backed back down.
It's like,
he's like, my God, Marilyn, what happened to you? Then, so once they were all, so he captured them. He actually managed to corral them all, tie them up.
Captured the whole family.
Wow.
It was only 3 of them, 2 girls and the dad. So really all you got to do is scare the girls to death into a corner where they'll fucking just stay there, and then you capture the dad. You threaten him, get him down, tie his hands behind his back, and then you can take care of the girls.
All right, not going to lie. Right now I'm mad at the dad.
Right? Yep.
He had a hatchet.
He knew what was happening.
Pick
he
up
knew what
anything.
was happening, and he didn't have a gun or a bat, at least.
Tons of objects around that house that you can literally pick up and throw.
Well, maybe he was just ignorant to the fact. He's like, I've been waking up with my pants soaked in some sort of milky substance for the past week. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Wet dreams.
He's definitely your squirrelier dad.
The dude's coming in and jerking him off while he's sleeping.
So
he wakes up, he's like half asleep. He's like, oh, it's my dead wife, Marilyn. But it's really just the dude.
Yeah.
Wet dreams, I cream my jeans.
All right. His only pass for me at the moment is that his wife just died, so I'll give him a little bit of a pass.
Who am I to stop this scene? So, once he got them tied up, he actually strolled around the house just looking for valuable stuff to steal. And while he was doing this, one of the daughters actually got free and helped everyone else get free. And they all escaped through a bedroom window. They called police. Police arrived, searched the house, and they found some really fucked up stuff inside. They saw coins glued to the ceiling, writing on the walls, and even ejaculate on the girl's clothing. And the one thing they did not find was Danny. The family was reluctant to return home, so they stayed away for either a few days or 2 weeks. But regardless, they stayed away for weeks. When they finally returned, they saw the figure of Danny standing in an upstairs window. The police were called again to search the house, and this time they found Danny. So while searching the basement, they found behind the washer machine a hole that was leading to a small crawl space between 2 walls. And in that crawl space was 15-year-old Danny. He was 15. And
that's why he was super gluing coins to the wall. He was just bored as fuck.
It is kind of fucked up. It's probably a weird scene to see a bunch of pennies glued to the ceiling after this thing dressed up as your mother and smeared makeup on his face and chased you around the fucking house with an axe.
So what image did he make the coins when he glued them to the wall?
I don't know. It's all heads.
It had to be a pentagram.
Oh, I see what you said there. Yeah, I was like thinking, what side did he actually glue him on?
Oh.
So they said that he didn't come quietly, but they eventually coaxed him out of the wall, and they arrested him almost a year after that fateful first date that he went on with Annie. So inside the wall, police found a sleeping bag, food wrappers, beer, indicating that he had been there for quite some time. So that's crazy that someone was
that can even happen.
Like going to these extremes just to torment this family for their own personal gain.
Jesus Christ.
It was own
That's
personal
wild.
Enjoyment.
It's like
I mean, the
movie
balls on
Parasite.
this guy.
Yeah.
The balls on this guy to like go up against a dad as a 15-year-old. Like maybe he wouldn't have done anything with that hatchet. But that said, Danny LaPlante did actually kill people.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He is. He's murdered, I think, so that happened in like 86, and then he was placed on juvenile facility. He returned to burglarize. He stole 2 handguns from another neighbor's house in 87.
Wait, he comes back to the same houses, right?
I think so. He forced
this is real life Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger shit.
He raped a pregnant woman, and then he shot her multiple times, point blank range, and then he drowned both of her children in separate bathrooms. And then he kidnapped a woman in her car, but she escaped. And then LaPlante was discovered hiding in a dumpster 2 days after the manhunt started, and police took him in and inspected his clothing, and they found hair on his sock that was matched for Abigail and Priscilla's daughter. A year later, he was sentenced to 3 life sentences for murder. Yeah. And in 2017, he had a resentencing hearing, and so they obviously were like, yeah,
no,
like you're pretty bad, so no. He's still in jail, my guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Keep them off the streets.
Yeah, keep them LaPlantes off the streets. Anyone named Danny, just keep them off the streets.
That's hard to do.
But yeah, that could be a horror movie. Because when he went to jail, then came back, that's straight Michael Myers.
That's the sequel.
Like they need a doctor. All they need is a Dr. Loomis handling the case poorly.
I've been watching him handle it poorly.
Danny, come back. Danny. Only I can understand the mind of Danny.
I can turn him, I promise. He murdered 40 people. I can change him.
Danny,
I promise.
Look at what you're doing, Danny. Look at your hands. He just stabs him.
We mustn't
Why'd
kill
you
the
kill
boy.
me?
He's simple.
Yeah, when he picks you up and slams your head into the ceiling and slits you from your chest to your dick.
I found him thumbs deep in my mom's eye sockets, but yeah, okay, go ahead. Put him back in.
Give him a
She
chance.
did something to trigger him. It's her fault.
Give him a chance.
Oh, man.
He's young. He doesn't know any better.
Okay, have you ever heard about the Australian battle for Campion?
No, where's Campion?
It's in Western Australia.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's Western Australia is like open, farmland.
Is it like West Coast or Western?
Western.
Okay, so it's BFE. It's like the desert.
Midwest BFE. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the red part of Australia.
Out there with the plateau and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. So years after World War I, the Australian government would offer their veterans free land for service. So that all these military people were getting this farmland out in the middle of Australia, and the Depression hit Australia, and they were invaded by insurgents.
Who was the insurgents?
An invasive
Species?
indigenous species.
What?
So what are the people, or was it like fucking like cats? Because they have a cat problem over there.
They were invaded by foreign entities.
You talking about the Aboriginals?
Isn't Australia an island?
Who are we
Yeah,
talking
that's a big
about?
Where did they come from? Is it the Aborigines that just live in the wild?
Or did a bunch?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
Continue.
So their farmland was being ravished by these outside sources were coming in from the coast, going into the farmland.
Kiwis?
So dumb. Okay, so the farmers requested that the Australian government give them military support to take care of the insurgents. So the government gave them 20 men with 2 Lewis machine guns. Which do we know what y'all know what those are?
It's a Thompson,
Yeah.
right?
No, they're you play Battlefield.
Oh, it's the grease gun.
It's the big machine gun with the circle on top.
Oh, like the Gatling gun.
Kinda, yeah, but it's the giant light machine gun.
It's like the one that's got a dinner plate type magazine.
Yes, on top
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. And gave them 10,000 rounds of ammunition.
Wait, each farmer or all the farmers just got 20 guys all together?
Yeah, with two machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition to fight off 20,000 insurgents.
Okay.
Sweet.
20,000 emus.
An emu? Now I need to. How do you even spell emu? E-M-U?
EMU.
Let me look what an emu is. It's a fucking ostrich.
It's a poor man's ostrich.
So they fucking mowed down ostriches?
No! They only killed 50!
How do you only kill 50 emus with freaking...
That what 20,000 bullets from machine guns?
They had 10,000 rounds. There's 20,000 emus.
What is that?
And they-
All right, mate, let's get them. And they just see 50 bodies. And
They probably could have walked up to these things and just cut their heads off.
No, they said that they had guerrilla tactics. They couldn't fight the emus because they kept running around them.
Dude, they're fucking scary looking. If I was to see one out in the wild, I would keep my distance. They say they'll cut you open with their talons.
There was 3 skirmishes.
A skirmish? They had a battle? They had a goddamn Civil War battle against these things?
Yes,
They
had scouts herd them in and did military tactics to kill these emus. And they couldn't do it.
Oh no.
that just goes to show what how two human armies go to war with each other. And thousands die, and then you try to go to war against emus, and they can't kill any of them.
No, you can't reason with the enemy. It's a bird.
Negotiations have failed.
We will not negotiate with fowls.
We tried to give them frosted mini wheats. They would not take it. They only wanted shredded wheat.
Emus attack. I'm looking at when emus attack, and this poor guy is getting charged by emus. There's a person sleeping in a sleeping bag, and the emu's pecking on its head. Yeah. I wouldn't
take.
I heard of the
fuck
emu war, but the way you presented it was awesome.
So it's 20,000 emus, 10,000 rounds, 20 Australians, and they only killed 50.
The Wikipedia.
No, okay, so 50 was the first battle. I was mistaken on that one.
Okay.
So as of
First
December 10th,
battle.
the first battle with the emus, they killed 50. By the end of it, they dispersed 9,860 rounds. So they had 10,000 to begin with.
Jesus.
They only killed 986 emus of the 20,000.
That didn't even put a fucking dent in the damn thing.
And they wasted all their ammo, too.
At a rate of exactly 10 rounds per confirmed kill.
What was the kill death ratio? What was the kill death ratio there?
Well, the Australian side was still better because I doubt the birds killed people.
One human died.
Probably from lack of water, because they were like, "You don't need water.
I just ran the 1904 marathon. I don't need
Water's
water.
for babies. Water's for pussies. Are you a pussy? Get out there and kill a goddamn emu and drink its goddamn blood."
So yeah, that's that. So it was a loss for the army.
We lost the war. They lost the war against emus.
No.
Let
Man,
me find a.
How do you lose to a wild animal?
That's
They're
because
still
we're
alive, aren't they?
we're wild animals at the end of the day.